Hello to our members. You'd be very much aware we're in the heart of the city at the AHJ's headquarters in Hindmarsh Square, and you'll note the noise of the city. Things are starting to come back to normal after a long break. It's fair to say the CBD still has its challenges in terms of getting people to come into the CBD, getting workers back, but the general sense is, particularly in the metropolitan area and some regional areas, that the business is, particularly at this time of year, is returning, and there's a level of optimism coming back into our business. We're still a long way from normal though, and in fact we're dealing with the Transition Committee on a weekly basis now. The AHJ is meeting with both SA Health and SAPOL to push our agenda, and our agenda is very simple, and that is the current restrictions of 50% caps. We need a plan. We're not saying going back to 100%, but there needs to be a halfway point. You know, three people per 4 square metres, or 75% capacity. That doesn't seem unreasonable, particularly when we're reminded that in South Australia, as it's been the case since pretty much all the time since March last year, we're COVID free in our general community, and we think that's important to keep asking the question, why can't we go to the next step? Why can't we employ more of our people? The other big one is dancing, and not everyone embraces dancing, but the SA Health has a real issue about alcohol and dancing. And as you would have seen, those who were able to attend our hotel awards, we weren't able to have dancing, but we had a pretty good time on that night. But dancing is one of those, again, where we think there's enough checks and balances in place that there should be a capacity to bring back reasonable levels of dancing, whether it's in a nightclub, whether it's in a pub, a club, or as a part of another celebration at an event. So they're very much high on our agendas. Very much aware that the crisis in Melbourne creates tensions, and that seems that we've seen the snap border lockdown. We're monitoring that very closely, but importantly, we're continually communicating with the Transition Committee. For those of you in gaming, this is a coming week is an important one. All of that new technology that we've been waiting for so long, ticket in, ticket out, bill note acceptors, facial recognition. For those who are ready, for those who have installed all of that, they'll be able to go live on Friday the 19th of February. And then for those others, it's a case of as you get ready and go. We don't see a revolution, but what it's doing is it's introducing technology that the other states have had for 20 years. So we're very optimistic about that. We're also coming up to March, which will record one year from the next state election. So you can imagine that we'll be very active on your behalf, whether you're in the accommodation sector, the food and beverage sector, gambling and gaming. We'll be out there with both major parties, with independents, putting your case to them, and extracting where we can commitments for what their government, a new government, a different government, the same government, will commit to for the hotel industry and hospitality and tourism more generally. That's it for this month, but it's been an increasingly busy time for our industry, with the Fringe coming, with some of the bigger events coming. We're hoping that starts to add seriously to your bottom line. We wish you all the best.